Now let's focus on building our partner search result. So this is what we are going to do it in the partner search result. Yeah, number one. Uh, so we wanted to bring data from the database. That's the first thing we wanted to do in the partner search result. For which I'm going to write an Apex method that will bring all the data from the database. And then I will be using at the rate wire function to make a call to that Apex method. And then this is the key. At the rate wire will use a result standard result object which has two properties, data and error, to hold the data that is received from the database. So two things can happen. One, you will receive a data or it just throws an error, right? For some reasons. So in case of an error, you will find that error information, all the error information back in this error property. So this is pretty much what we are going to do. And once we have the data, then we can use HTML directive, for loop HTML directive, to loop through the data that is retrieved, the bunch of records that's been retrieved from the database, and then build multiple partner cards. Yeah. So at a high level, these are the key steps that we are going to do in this Lightning Web component. So you will learn how a parent component sends data to the child, and also you will most importantly learn HTML directive, for loop HTML directive, and the wire decorator. So that's the plan. Let's move forward. And yeah, so right now I do have the partner card fine. Yeah, I have a hard-coded data. Right now, let's bring the data from the database. So for which, let's create an Apex class first. So let's name our Apex class partner search um, result controller. That's the name of my Apex class. And yeah, perfect. Now we have the class. Let's create a method, raw enabled, and let's ensure that this is bringing the list of partner accounts. Yeah, I very quickly return this. Yeah, I'll just very quickly return this uh, Apex method. As you can just see, we have a get partners get partners Apex method that takes an argument partner type ID, and this is the select query. So this is the query that is going to bring data from the database. So as you can just see, this is bringing data from the account, yeah, where the partner status is active, inactive, or pending, and also it brings a lot of the information. Let's go and then run this query first directly in the developer console, and then see what data that we are getting, and then we can just move forward. Right, I'm in the developer console. What I'll do is I will go to the query editor, and let me just paste this. And let me just run this. Okay, now you can just see this, right? This is the data that is going to be retrieved from the database. We will have all the partner accounts and the type of the partner right here. Type of the partner. All right, let's run this key. Yeah, type of the partner, other details about the partner, coordinates, what else? The primary point of contact for the partner, and the partner's salutation, etc., etc. So all the good things, right? You will just see right in this query. Yeah, and back in the code. So if a partner type ID is shared, for example, right? If a partner type ID, let's say, so let's say, and partner, let's take this one. Yeah. So the idea is it will bring all the partner accounts, if the partner type ID is empty. If I pass a partner type ID, then I just wanted to ensure that only those partners, channel partners, are retrieved. Let's try to execute and then see. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, this is the problem. Let me just move this close bracket right here. Yeah, let's just try to execute this. Now you can just see this, right? It just brings me only the marketing channel partners. So based on the partner type ID, the query will also filter the channel partners. So that's why, that's the job of this Apex method. One thing that we have to remember is when we want our Apex method to be exposed or use it in Lightning Web Component, we have to use @Aura enabled annotation. And also this is a select query. We will ensure that this is the data is cached, yeah, so that it avoids multiple round trips to the database. So we'll also saying cacheable equal to true. So now let's see how we can use this Apex method back in our partner search result JavaScript file. So let me just right click, split this window, and let me do this first. Let's say the very first thing is I'm just going to use wire decorator. That's the first thing. And number two, import, I will give a friendly name, fetch partner types, and an alias name for my get partners Apex method. I'll just say from the Salesforce Apex package module. I'll just say this is the, yeah. So this is the name of the class file, and this is the name of the method. That's all it is. So now I've just imported, using this Salesforce Apex module, I just imported get partners Apex method. So part of my work is done. Now let's try to make a call to Apex method. So let's see how we will do it, which is fairly simple. So we'll just use @wire function. The very first parameter is the method name. So I can use the alias name that I use in the import statement, and then I can just pass input parameters. Yeah. So in this case, our input parameter is partner type ID, isn't it? So let's try to use the exact parameter name. So it follows JSON, object format. Yeah, use a curly brace and then give the exact parameter name, and then let's pass the value. So what we can do is let's have a property with the name mm, partner account type ID. Oh, sorry, not account type ID. It's partner. I'll just say channel partner type ID. Yeah. So let it be empty to start with the default value, and let's pass this. Yeah, as a argument. Now you can just see the syntax as well, right? So this is how we refer or pass a variable value dynamically to the wire function. So now the wire function has just invoked the Apex method, and I can just process the output. I can assign that output to a function or a property. I'm going to use a function. Let's say I name my function as process output, and this function will use the two system properties rather. It's data and error. So so this is the one that's going to help us to read the data that's coming from the database. So I'll just do a sanity check if there is a data or if there is an error. So let's see if there is a data. Let's first try to put that in the console. Yeah. Data from DB. I'll use JSON stringify to just convert the data into a string. In case of an error, let's first say that just say there is an error for now. Later we can just use other methods to capture the error in a better way and then show it on the screen. Yeah. For now, this is the change that we have just done. So let's see how this works first, then we can just further move forward. Yeah. So we'll save this. We'll try to deploy the source to the org. We'll wait for the deployment to complete. Unable to find Apex action class reference. Okay, looks like I did not deploy the class file. So let's first deploy the class file. Okay, now the controller file has just been deployed. Yeah, there is a search result controller file. Now let's go back and then deploy the component. Perfect. So now this is cool. So the component is also just been deployed. Let's go back and then refresh the page. So let's look into the console and then see if we find the data coming in from the database. Yes, looks like we got all the data that is coming in from the database. You can just see this, right? This is also an array, of objects. So what we can do is we can just quickly let's copy this data and let's try to use one of the JSON online formatter to see the data in a format that we can understand. Looks like I did not copy the entire output. Let's do that. Is there a problem? Okay, let's copy this. Show more. Yes. Let me copy this. Go back here. Okay, did I not copy the entire data? Let's cross check. Let me copy this again. Copy, go back to the formatter, delete the existing one. Let's paste this. Now it's coming up. So as you can just see this, right? So this is how each record appears in the JSON format. So each record is shown as an object, yeah, in the array of objects. So you can just find this is about Cisco partner, all the details, and you have associated contacts and the type of the partner, the primary POC, James Peterson, his salutation, and these ID. So this is about the next card partner, channel partner, and this is about Microsoft. So you'll find all the data right here. So which means we managed to bring the data from the database. Let us go back and then further continue with our coding. So now for each partner that has been retrieved from the database, we just wanted to replicate this card. So you have a collection of records. We wanted to, loop through that collection and then have each partner card created, for a partner, right? So for which let us use for loop HTML directive. So before I do that, let me ensure that this data is copied to a local property. So I'll have something called partner um, partner data from DB. I'll just name this property this way. Yeah, local property to hold all partners from DB. Yeah. So let's use this, and this one I'll just comment this out. I will just assign the start partner DB is equal to data. Okay, so basically you're just copying the data. Copy the data. Okay, that's all it is. So now I can. So let's go to the yeah. So let us go to the HTML, and what we can do is let us loop through collection of data and pass each item or each partner record data, each partner record to partner card to display the information. Okay, this is what we're going to do it, which is fairly simple. What we can do is we can just simply use our template tag, and I will just say for each. So I do have all the data stored in this partner data from database, isn't it? So I'll just say use this collection and then start looping through. And for each item, let's give a, for each record or for each partner, let's give a name, a temporary name. I'll just say partner. Yeah, and I would like to see, and then let's have so let's have a div, and then let's say for each partner record, let's say there is a, let's use any unique field name. Yeah? Partner dot id, because let's copy this, let's put it right here, because we know that for each record that is coming from the database, one of the ID, one of the field that is carrying unique value is ID, right? So this is for Cisco, and this is for Tex, and this is for Microsoft, right? So let's use this to uniquely identify, or for to let's assign this unique key to each partner card. Okay, so that's the idea. Let's go back and we'll just say that's the key. Yes, I should not use double quote, right? So that's it. So once this is done, I can just simply move this to partner card component inside this. That's all it is. And now I just wanted to pass this entire partner data. So far, we managed to pass the hard-coded data, right? This account data. This is no longer needed. So I'll just pass this partner, the entire record. So I'll just comment this out. We don't need this now. That's it. So that's it. This will send all the information, basically each record to the partner card. Now, there is a bit of change that we have to do at the partner card end. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the partner card. This is the one, right? So back in the partner card earlier, it was just using these keys, right? User image, company name, username to bind the data back in the page, correct? So now, we are not are hard coding the data. So what we should do is we should just use the exact field API names that is used in your SOQL query, or you can just, cross check what value is coming from the database, right, in our code. So these are the keys now, and this is the value. So if you want to just take the partner or let's say the company name, right, I'll just use this key. If you want to bring the partner POC, yeah. So what I can do is I can just go right here, partner underscore primary underscore POC underscore R, and then get the name from here. If you want to get the type of the partner, I can just, use this key dot name and then get the technology partner. So let's see how we can further, change this one. Okay. For now, I don't think we have a user image stored. So I'll just go back and then hard code this for now. Okay. Or leave this empty. And back in this one, what we wanted to do was just we wanted to begin the company name, right? So which you will find it or access it using this key. And for the partner account username, okay, what is the partners POC name? So I'll go here, partner POC underscore R dot the name of the person, James Peterson. And for the partner type, let's start from the root and then let's go to this dot and the name. That's it. So we managed to bring the partner POC name and partner type and also the name of the channel partner, basically the company name. So for the image, we don't have any information, isn't it? So what we can do is for now, at least for now, right? Um, let's try to use some random image, yeah, and let's see how we can write our own logic to bring the image dynamically. Yeah. So for now, let's hard code and then see how it works. Then we can move forward. So let me first deploy this to the org. Perfect. Let's go back and then refresh this page, see what happens. So let's first empty the cache. Okay, something is wrong. Cannot read properties of undefined name. Okay, somewhere in our code, we are missing. Something. Let's go back to the code. So this is where we are using name. Is there a problem in getting this used? Let's cross check. Or why is it happening? Let's redeploy because I made a change in both the files and let's choose partner card and partner search result. Let's right click and then deploy. Let's wait for the deployment to complete again. Okay, now I see both partner card and partner search result both have been deployed. Let's just refresh and see what happens. That was a deployment issue. It didn't, deploy properly last time. It was just deploying only the partner card. So now I just deployed both the components and now I can just see the output is coming up, right? So this is fine. We hard coded the image, so it is appearing, it is appearing, the same image is appearing again and again. But you can just see this, right? These values are coming in from the database, isn't it? So perfect. I think now we got the value coming in from the database. So let's do this one last thing, and then we'll further proceed. So I just wanted to change the look and feel of this data, look and feel of this partner search result. Instead of just showing all the partner cards one below the other, I just wanted to make a grid, right? So for which I'm going to use the lightning layout component. So which is fairly simple. So I will first, okay, for each partners that is retrieved from the database, what I want to do is I just wanted to start with the lightning layout. Yeah. And each lightning layout can have a lightning layout item. So basically a column. Yeah. Imagine I'm just building a table and then each column, for creating each column, I'm using lightning layout item. Yeah. So one thing that I wanted to do is I just wanted to use this attribute multiple rows. So if say multiple rows, then you know, the data will start appearing in rows. Also, I'll just say horizontal align is also center. So this will ensure that my data is going to be shown not in the vertical form but in the horizontal form. And then the layout item, let's have this. So let's first try to um, loop through the collection. Let's do that. So as we loop through the collection, yeah, I want to I want each partner card to be created as we loop through the connection. So I'll just move this code right into this. That's all it is. And I don't need this div anymore. I'll just use lightning layout and I'll just have this key attribute added. That's all it is. See? So instead of div, I just managed to move that code right into this lightning layout. That's all I just did. And let's ensure that alignment, everything is corrected. Let's give some padding. So let's ensure that there is a small padding, round small, and let's give a fixed size to each, to each to the partner card that is going to appear inside the lightning layout item. So the size is 12 for a small device. I'll just set size as 6s, and for large device, so let's set the size as 3 or 4. Yeah, 3. For medium, let's set the size 4. Okay, so this way I can make my component responsive across devices as well. So that is also taken care. Yeah. So now the aesthetic changes are done. Let's first format this and then let's try to deploy. Cool. Let's go back to the page. Let's refresh. So now you can just see this, right? Automatically, the look and feel has changed, or the orientation has changed, right? Instead of just showing all the cards vertically, now I can just see all the cards appearing, horizontal, right, in the rows, correct? So this is pretty much, done. So I think we can do some sanity things, sanity checks. What if there is no partner data? Yeah. Uh, Yes. So what if there is no partner, channel partners? So what if there is no data? I want to show a nice message to the user saying that there are no partners found, and then, otherwise I'll just show all the partners. So for which again I can use HTML directive. Yeah. So very simple logic. I'll go to the search result, and we have a data coming in from the database, right? So let's introduce a new property. Let's say is partners found. Okay. So I'll just say if this dot partners found is not equal to null, and this dot partners from db dot length, you know um, length is greater than 0, yeah, which means that is some data, right? Then return true, otherwise return false. So this is my simple, logic in a property. I'll make use of this and then decide whether to show this particular, whether to show, a message to the user when no partners are found, or show the list of partners. So what I can do is, so in the lightning layout, let's say, let's use a template. Okay, I'll just say if true, if this value is true, if this partners found is true, then show data. If not, if false, yeah, if this is a false, then let's have a paragraph tag and then say no partners found. For now, let's just throw this message. Now show data. I will simply move this code from here into this template. That's all it is. See how we are just improvising our code. So that's it. Okay. So let's go back and then let's deploy this again. Good. So the deployment has just been completed. The next thing what we wanted to do was we wanted to give a different color to the channel partners. You can just see this, right? All the channel partners are appearing on the same color. For example, the badge. So I want to give two different colors for channel for tech. Basically, organize the partners, by giving a color. So technology partner badge, let's give green color, and marketing partner, let's give orange or something, just to explicitly say that hey, these are the marketing partners available, these are the channel partners available, these are the legal partners available. Number one. Number two, we also wanted to write a simple logic to dynamically bring uh, an image based on the name of the or basically the gender. We'll use the gender and then bring image dynamically. For James Peterson, we'll just use we'll just bring a JPEG of a man's picture, and then for let's say Samira Reddy, we'll just use the collection from women, yeah, from the women random user, and then have a image added. So that's the next step that we are going to do. Yeah, for now we managed to uh, use wire decorator to bring the data from the database, number one, and then we managed to use the for loop HTML directive to loop through the collection of data, right? And also, as we loop through each record, we are passing that record to the child component, and the child component uses that record and then renders the data back in the screen. And finally, we are using lightning layout tag, and then we are just showing all the data, right, in a nice grid format, right? And also this is responsive in design. So I'll just quickly show you that, since we're using lightning layout, right? So this is my desktop view. If I just use a simulator to see how this page will look like in iPhone SE, yeah, you can just see this, right? Automatically, the partner card is rearranged, and then I can just see one partner card right here. So let's see how this will look like in iPad Air. So I'll just choose. So this is how it will look like. You can just see only, the three partner cards. So you just so we just made our page, responsive enough to work across devices, which is fairly simple. We did not do any, any additional code, additional CSS code. We just used lightning layout, and then we just created, fixed size. That's all we did, isn't it? So now let's focus on changing, or writing our own logic to bring a image dynamically for each partner, right? And also write a logic to give a different look and feel for this batch, the channel partners batch.